Imagine your business not just surviving, but thriving. Your wealth locked in, your opportunities exploding, and your family's future built on a legacy that never fades. I'm Leah Garcia, a financial strategist and insurance professional. I help entrepreneurs and high-growth enterprises protect, distribute, and transfer their wealth through my proven system, the Wall of Wealth. I unite your experts into one cohesive strategy because the most expensive line on your balance sheet isn't debt or taxes, it's conflicting advice. Ready to align every dollar with your mission and turn today's success into tomorrow's divine promise. Wealth today, dynasty tomorrow.
And we are live. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. Today is going to be incredible. Thank you so much for being here. If you're joining us live, we love you, Team Live and Team Replay. We adore you. We are here live. We are live on YouTube. We're live on LinkedIn. We are live on Facebook. And I'm tuning in from my new office. I'm just like so amazed and so blessed to have this incredible new space. I was not looking for a new office, but guess what? A new office was looking for me. So come on in, grab something nice to drink. I've got my chai tea. There you go, chai tea. Grab your fuzzy bunny slippers. I want you to get a notepad. Today is going to be epic. It is going to be one that you're going to want to watch over and over again. I promise you. She's going to bring the fire. She's going to bring the wisdom. And today is a woman who I have actually watched over time. I've known her now a couple of years, and I have totally watched her go through an evolution and a transformation. Margaret Martinez, oh my goodness, my corazón. Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. It's so great to see you. Thank you for joining. She's another one that I need to have on. You need to come and join me, Miss Martinez, okay? But I have watched this young lady come on to social media and totally transform herself. Truly inspiring, not just me, but many people. You know, many times we talk about doing something, we think about doing something, we believe we can do something, but very few people take that action and actually do something. She's somebody who's put her purpose into action and has truly created a business. And by the way, there is nothing wrong with monetizing your purpose. I adore her so much that I have actually, in her honor, I have worn my sparkly necklace because she sparkles up not just my day, but everyone's day on Motivation Monday with Eric and Friends. If you don't know, I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to be on at 4 a.m. with Eric and Friends on Motivation Monday live. And she is there every single week. She's out there shouting everyone out. She's sparkling us up. She's getting questions in the comments, and she shows up like that everywhere she goes. She is a ball of enthusiasm. She's a woman of God. She's actually the kingdom builder for Christian women who want to take that purpose and turn it into that prosperity. And she also is a travel coach, which I'm excited to learn about that. Listen, give it up and give a round of applause for my good friend from across the pond, Miss Coral Conneberry. Miss Coral from across the pond. Happy Wealthy Wednesday. It's great to see you, my love.
Hello, Queen Leah. And yes, you are always going to be Queen Leah because you are the queen of wealth. So, you know, I love you to bits. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm excited to have this conversation with you.
Absolutely. We got a few people who've joined us already. I welcome Miss Margaret Martinez. She has a heart of gold, and she's also our Go Brunch mentor. If you want to know about Go Brunch, get a hold of her. Oh my gosh, look at that cool new photo. Oh, Miss Margaret Martinez, I love it. It's beautiful. If you want to know about Go Brunch, which is an incredible platform, get a hold of her. She is super patient. She's going to walk you through the whole process. I promise you, you will love Go Brunch when you chat with her. And then we have my good friend, Brother Chris Monastery. Thank you so much for joining us. He's actually what we call our advocate for saving teen lives and bringing awareness to distracted driving. He says saving teen lives. I say saving everyone's lives, because I got to put my hand up that I have been guilty of distracted driving. However, since Chris has really brought my awareness, I am so much better about it. Thank you so much, Chris. I love the work that you're doing. You have a heart of gold, and I absolutely love that you are willing to bring this awareness and tell your own story. And that's really the key, is sharing your own story. And then we also have, there you go. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have, now hold the phone. We have the one and only Felipe Cofino. Do you love his name? Felipe Cofino. Happy Wealthy Wednesday. He is our HR mentor. And I'm going to tell you, he's really our LinkedIn strategist. He's our LinkedIn cultivator of community. He has been doing the Saturday event, Social Saturday, as long as I can remember. And I'm loving what he's doing. He shows up authentically. He shares all kinds of things about himself. And I just adore that. And I love it. And he's also inspired me to drop my book that's coming soon. I'm not sure it's going to be a real physical book, but it's actually a little story about my precious, beautiful, precious grandson. It's a story about him that he and I created, and it's called Magic Maverick and the Treasure Map. Magic Maverick and the Treasure Map. Thank you, Felipe, for being so inspirational. Thank you for all that you do for our community here on LinkedIn. And you know what? You do the same thing, Coral. You bring community. From the first time I met you till today, you have been consistent. You're not just here doing it right now, being somebody for the highlight reels. This is how you've been from first day. And I'm talking about when you were very first learning about sales. Do you remember that? I do. Okay. I remember that class. And you're like, wow, I didn't know this was about sales. I didn't understand about sales. But you know what? You were so enthusiastic. You didn't worry about what people were saying about you, or you didn't worry about, you know what, I'm brand new. You went for it enthusiastically. I want to know, where does that come from? Because I think it takes a special person who is willing to upgrade themselves. Where does that come from?
You know what? It's funny when you mention that, because it makes me think about that. Where does that come from? I think it comes from, being young, when I was being bullied and talked negatively about and everything, thinking that I couldn't do something. And in my head, when you have somebody telling you all these negative things, what you can't do, I started to believe it. But then, God stepped into my life and put me around people who were lifting me up. And I was like, I felt the difference. I'm like, wow. So this is what it feels like to be negative, and this is what it feels like to be uplifted and positive. I'm like, I know which one I'm going to choose. So I lean more toward the positive side of things. So for me, I know I can do anything, because, God always tells me I can do anything through him. There's nothing I can't do. There may be some challenges, but that's life. We all have challenges, but I can still do it. I might have to go around this way, might have to go around that way. Oh, and it takes practice. I mean, doing lives, doing videos. I did not want to do videos. That was the one thing I was horrified. I'm like, do a video? So people gonna see me? And I was like, but then, it was Mr. Eric F. King. He's the one that convinced me to do the videos. And I used to have this, well, what if I mess up? What if I do this? All the negativity stuff was coming up. And he goes, if you mess up, it's okay. You won't die. And I was like, light bulb was like, oh, okay. So from that, I just started doing it, and plus encouraging other people to do, because I know what it's like. A lot of people don't want to be visible, but it does help. So that's where that comes from.
Absolutely. I love that so much. And let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm here in beautiful downtown Monterey, California. Where are you? And are you joining us on Facebook? Are you part of Team Live? Are you part of Team, let's say, YouTube or LinkedIn? Where are you joining us from? Thank you so much, Coach Carrie Willis, for being here. She says, I love that you're doing a book. And what I wanted to highlight about this woman is, if you don't know Coach Carrie, you have got to get to know Coach Carrie. She is a bundle of energy, and also she is just so much fun. I'm telling you, we had a great conversation. I loved it. She was cracking me up, even before stage, off stage, and in the comments. She says that she's going to be the #1 comment person. But you know what, Coach Carrie? I'm practicing my typing skills, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we'll see how this goes. You know, I just love that you talk about your childhood, because I always think of my precious grandson, like, what things can I teach him and how can I really impact him? I was not close to my grandparents, so I don't have those kind of memories, but I always meet people who talk about their grandparents and what an impact they are. So I'm hoping that I have some, you know, impact on him, not just now, but when I'm gone. And why I'm kind of highlighting that is because you brought up your childhood. And so who were the people in your childhood who really poured into you?
You know what? It was my church community, because I didn't have a family per se, mother and father. I was raised, and this is, you know, everyone here, I was raised in a foster home. So I didn't have the family like traditional families have, because I spent most of my time in America, and then before I came over here. But upbringing, it was with a foster family, and that wasn't the best. So therefore, there was a lot of negativity in there. And I grew in that environment. And, you know, people always wonder, well, how come if you grew up in a negative environment, how are you so positive? And I said, you know what? It goes back to God. God had to change the way I think and put people around me who were positive, because I didn't know what positive conversations was about. I was surrounded by negativity, but I knew how it made me feel being around positive people. And so I surrounded myself with the right people. And you know yourself on Monday Motivational, you always talk about surrounding yourself with the right people. That is so important. If you do not surround yourself with the right people, with people who are uplifting you, then where are you going? Where are you going hanging around with the negative people? Because all they're going to do is drag you down. Why do you want to go down? Be uplifted. It's like hanging around with you, Queen Leah. You're a positive person, and you teach all about money. I mean, if you don't know Queen, I'm gonna shoot it back at you. If you don't know Queen Leah, which everybody should know Queen Leah, that's why even on the Monday Motivational, I always, shout your name out. If you don't know, if you're new and you don't know Queen Leah, connect with her, get to know her. She is fun. And she knows her stuff. You drop them nuggets, my goodness! And even those tongue twisters about what I can't even say it now because it's a tongue twister for me. But
it's a lot of fun. It's challenging every single week. I've got to get up at 2 a.m. We started when it was just an audio. Okay, so I thought, okay, I can do that once a week and talk for 5 minutes. And then Eric says, oh no, we're going video. I said, hold on, what are you talking about? How does this work? You know, because it takes some time to calm this hair down and stuff. I'm not like Miss Nick. No, Miss Nick Angai Galindo goes on she looks beautiful no matter what. Okay, I want to shout you out, Miss Nick. She's actually our publisher. She is the brilliance behind guiding brilliant writers. And if you are thinking of writing a book, they always say everyone has a story. You got to get with Miss Nick. I promise you, she makes that brilliant. She's going to bring it out in you, even if you think you don't have a story or you think that it's not in you. I'm telling you, I've watched what she's done. So yeah, when he said we were going to go to video, I thought I don't know that I can do this. How am I going to do this, Lord? You know what? We plan, God laughs, because I was never planning to be on video. Never. The only reason I had the courage to go on LinkedIn and do things on LinkedIn and even do video on LinkedIn is because nobody I knew was on LinkedIn. I figured, hey, nobody I know will ever see me. This is great. I can start there when everybody else was doing Facebook. And then Eric F. King puts us on video. Okay. But you know what? I love being part of that. And part of the reason I love it so much is just because you show up and you're always so enthusiastic. And I just adore that. So thank you so much for that. I humbly receive your words. And I also am so excited to see you on there. So let's talk about this purpose to prosperity. First of all, what would you say to somebody that they feel like they're not in their purpose or they're not sure what their purpose is? What do they do to kind of start to identify that?
You know, it's a thing where I remember my journey when I didn't know what my purpose was and what I was supposed to do. Sometimes you've got to go with what do you like? What do
Mm,
you enjoy? And start with that. Because sometimes your purpose does not get revealed right away. It's a
mm,
journey. Sometimes, like for instance, I like coloring. Believe it or not, I like coloring. So I get low coloring and I write. It's the creative side in my brain. And as I'm coloring, other things will pop up. If you like to golf, because some people like to golf, then go golfing. Because while you're doing what you enjoy, it's like it brings the happy endorphins of other things, and you see other things and you think other things, you know, because when you're out and about, you see other people doing things, and it's the fresh air also. And it's just God has a way of bringing things to you when you want it and everything. So if you're looking for something, God knows you're looking for it and he'll bring it to you. So it's about just don't be stressing yourself, because I have a client who wanted to know their purpose, just like we're talking now. And they were stressing because they didn't know right now. And I said, hold on, slow down, take the
mm.
stress level off. Because when you're stressed, it just blocks your brain. You don't have to be stressed. Just relax. And that's what it's about. Because I remember when I was trying to find my purpose, sometimes it will take a while. But you just have to relax and just breathe. Just breathe. And just do what you love to do. And the more you do what you love to do, everything else will come. Like doing videos like you are. Now that you're doing videos, everything else is coming because you love doing videos. You love to be seen. So it is about just taking your time. And, you know, I get many clients come to me about that, you know, want to know what their purpose is. So that's not an uncommon thing, because we're not born knowing what we want to do. Sometimes you have to be like your grandson, be at the beach and play with the sand and everything. I love being at the beach, play with the sand, play with the water, and then you get inspired by different things. And then as time goes by, you get to know what your purpose is. Oh, I want to do this, because where I am now is not how I started. And being around people inspired me step by step by step. And it's a process. And allow the process to do its thing.
Oh my gosh, so much gold in there. I knew you were going to bring the golden nuggets. I love when you said just slow down and do things that you love. And for me, I'm very creative. And so I will like to do creative things. I like decorating things. I like just, I wouldn't say drawing. It's just more like scribbling. Let's be real. But you know
Yeah,
what? It is just being in the things that you enjoy. I love color. I love being by the
yeah.
beach. I love playing in the sand. And when you start to do those things, you will get those divine downloads out of the ether. It'll seem
Yes.
like it's coming from nowhere. And I have to really, to your point, say this is that I was not looking for a new office. I love my old office. My old office was tiny, and
Mhm.
I had, in order to do my podcast, just so you know, I had to scoot around. I was in a tiny little corner and I was all kind of crunched in, but I never complained. I loved it. I'm in a beautiful location. I was grateful every day. And then guess
Mhm.
what? I had to move my office. Okay, it wasn't even an
Mhm.
option. And there was no office space in this office.
Mhm.
I thought this was their office for the management. They said, you know what, we've got this spot here. You can come and take it over here. And
Mm.
was all these things and had to do it the last minute and all that. But you know, those opportunities come to us when we slow down,
Um,
take the stress off, like you said.
mhm.
What'll happen is you're going to start to open yourself to those opportunities that are there, because we all get those little hints. We get
Yes.
those little nudges. But then what do we
Yes.
do? We're like, oh, no. I could have said, well, I don't need a bigger office. I don't want to
Yeah.
move offices. I just won't even have an office.
Mhm.
Right? But there's opportunity coming to you. So I love that.
Yeah.
That is so brilliant.
And one thing that you said also is, when I jump in there, it's about being grateful. It's always about gratitude. Be thankful for the little things. It's not always about the big, massive things, because you didn't have your office before. but you was thankful for what you did have. And that in itself, it opens up, as I call it, the portal for even more blessings to come down when you're thankful. And you were thankful, so you're open. It's like, if you're on a football field and the ball's coming to you, you're going to be looking up to catch the ball. You're not going to be down like this with your arms folded. You're going to be ready. I'm thankful.
Boom. I love that. Clip that. I call it setting the table when it comes to money. We have to set our money table. Think about this. When we set the table, we don't think dinner's coming. We don't wonder if it's dinner time. We know it's dinner time and dinner is coming. So when you set your money table, you know that prosperity is on the way. I want to welcome a few more people who've joined us. Oh my goodness. We've got the one and only our queen, Leslie Flowers. I love this woman. She has inspired me so much. And truly, if you don't know about her Think and Grow Rich Fridays, her Mind Over Matter Mondays, you don't know. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And she teaches about how to achieve goals. I've attended her classes a couple times, and I'm going to say this to you. One of the reasons I've had these opportunities open up to me seemingly from out of nowhere is because of the teachings that she gives to us for free, which is one of my favorite F words, but she also teaches some private classes. Please get in touch with our queen. If you want to make 2026 the best year of your life, got to get in touch with the queen. Oh my goodness. So I love that. So let's say we do know what our purpose is. Something that I see a lot of entrepreneurs especially struggle with is monetizing that purpose. They feel like it's something that comes easy to them. They shouldn't be asking for money, or it's a gift God gave to them and they should monetize that. Help us to kind of walk through that. How should we kind of reframe that thinking?
Yes, I can understand where that's coming from, because even myself, yeah, I love that. Coach Carrie, thank you so much, Coach Carrie. Even that, in the beginning, I didn't know how to do that, how to pivot that or whatever, because people, even in the kingdom of God, is, some people, every Christian is different, put it that way, to put that out there, right? Every Christian is different. And some Christians say that, we have a gift, but we shouldn't be asking for money for it, monetizing it. And, all I say, to each his own, because we all have a different level of faith and everything. But I've talked to some more mature Christians and said, yes, if you have a gift, you can monetize it. Why not? There's nothing wrong with it. So, and for me, it was about me changing my mindset. A lot of it is changing the mindset, because we come into the world with a mindset, and we learn from upbringings and parents and grandparents, whoever we're surrounded by. So when we come into entrepreneurship, we have to change the way we think. And for me, being a Christian, it's definitely a change of mindset. So what I had to do is be around the people who were monetizing and then ask them questions. And the point blank is, sometimes you've got to get a coach. You've got to get a coach that can help you to change the way you think. Because if you don't get a coach to help you to the way to think, the way you're supposed to think, then you're going to still think the old way of thinking, and you can't think like that. But there's nothing wrong with monetizing what you have. You've got a gift. Why not? And at the same time, for me being a coach, all the finances that I get in, it goes back into my business and it goes into the kingdom of God. So there's nothing wrong with that, but it's about your mindset. What are you thinking about it when you do? Because I have another client, she had the same situation where she didn't feel she could charge for being a coach. And I said, okay, let's unpack that. Where does that come from? And the more we talked about it, it came from her childhood, because her parents were in church, they were pastors, and they told her that, yes, you can do that, but you shouldn't charge me, you should give it away free. And she believed it all those years, but it stunted her, it hampered her, it held her back until the Lord blessed her. She had an open mind. Somebody else came and said, why are you not monetizing this? A lot of people want what you have. And so it took them to speak to her and change her mindset. And now she's monetizing it. And she goes, Coral, this is amazing. And she's helping so many people because they want what she's got. Because the people who thought, well, it was free, they were like, okay, it's free. It's not of value. But because she started charging, like, oh, you're charging this amount? Well, you must be quite good. And then when they came into her program and they saw the difference and everything, they started telling everybody she is very good at what she does. It is worth it. And she was getting more clients coming to her. I said, it's all about changing your mindset.
That's so many golden nuggets in there. I want to take a moment to unpack this, but before I do, if you're joining us on LinkedIn and it's getting glitchy, you can join us on my YouTube channel, The Dynasty Builder 93940. Join us on YouTube. Hopefully it's not glitchy there. Thank you so much, Felipe Pino, for reminding me to do that. I need to put it in the comments. I put it in there. Hopefully you guys can grab that. I absolutely love what you're sharing, because sometimes people think, well, this is easy for me, so it's easy for everyone. Just because it's easy for you, listen, I am great at talking about money. I don't know anything about tech. Okay. That's why I've got my team. They help me with my social media, the Hello LLC, got to get to know them. They are the AI masters. And so just because it's easy for you doesn't mean that's easy for other people. And just because it's easy for you doesn't mean that you cannot make a living at it. I see so many entrepreneurs that have amazing talents, amazing gifts that I just watch like, oh my goodness, I wish I was as talented as you are. But they don't ever feel like, maybe if they don't feel like they're worthy, they don't feel like they should charge for it. And I think of the story that we've all heard, this little story, which is, the parable, like they're praying for, they're drowning and they're praying for God to come and save them. And they get a life raft and they say, no, God's going to save me. And then here comes the helicopter. No, God's going to save me. And here comes the airplane. And they throw down the little life raft. And he says, no, God's going to save me. And then he goes to heaven. He's like, God, how come you didn't save me? He's like, well, I threw the life raft, the helicopter, and the airplane. Sometimes there's things that are coming to you, but we're pushing them away.
Yeah.
That's so good. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes we are praying and hoping for a solution, and those solutions are coming, but we push them away. I don't want to do it that way. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I, and we just push away our blessings.
Yes, I've been there. I put my hand up. I am guilty of that myself. Because me, when I want a blessing or when I'm asking for something, oh, thank you so much, Go Carrie. When I'm asking for something, I'm thinking, well, God, I wanted to come through door A. So I'm looking at door A, and God comes through door B. And I'm like, well, I didn't ask for that door over there. So why? I'm not even going to focus on that one. I want to, and then I miss the plot. I miss it. And I'm like, God, where were you? He goes, I came through door B. I said, but you were not supposed to come. Here's me trying to control God. You were not supposed to come through door B. You're supposed to come through door A. I'm looking for your door A. So I missed the whole thing. In my early days of being a Christian, I've worked with 10 years plus. In my early days, because I've missed the boat so many times because I wanted the blessing to come my way, and I had to learn to take off the handcuffs and let God do His thing, and that's not easy all the time because I'm like I can be a bit controlling, and I had to learn to relax, Coral, chill, Coral, okay, let God do it His way. So yeah, I've seen the boat, I've seen the helicopter, and missed it all.
And I'm going to raise two hands because I've done it too. Listen, I'm never talking at you. I'm right here with you. Okay. I'm right here in the story. And so, people are not a Christian. They believe in Buddha, the universe, whatever that is. Substitute it there because it basically it's your inner guidance system, right? Yes. Who are you looking to? What are you looking to for that guidance? And so there's a question I want to know. This is specifically for you. How can we tell the difference between that guidance and our own, our own will? How do we determine the difference?
Now that's a good question. I get many clients coming to me about that too. One specific client, they said they don't know if they can hear the voice of God, which is great, but they have instinct. And I said, you know what? That's exactly what it is. Because it's not always the ooh, the woo kind of thing, you know. Sometimes it's a simple nudge. And for me, when I started hearing the voice of God, because I didn't always hear the voice of God, and I wanted to hear the voice of God, because I used to see what the preachers always hearing saying, well, God said this and God that. And I used to say, well, how do you hear the voice of God? And you're telling me X, Y, Z. I'm like, well, if God can speak to you, can't he speak to me? Because the Bible says he's no respecter of persons. So for me, I had to learn how to hear the voice of God. And sometimes it's a thing of follow your peace. When you want to
Mm,
make a decision about something, you've got, A or B, and you're like, well, and if you're not, even if you're not a Christian, follow, because we all have peace. And sometimes we don't have, because remember, I wasn't always a Christian. So, but I didn't understand the difference between the peace and the being uncomfortable in my body. And this has been a non-Christian now. I was uncomfortable in my body, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I knew it was there, but me being a disobedient daughter, I still went and did it anyway, got into a lot of trouble in my younger days and everything. But it's just about be comfortable in your skin. And we
mm.
all can feel either comfortable in our own skin or feel uncomfortable. It doesn't sit right for some whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but something's just not right. Before I became a Christian, I had many occasions like that where it just didn't sit right. I couldn't articulate it, put it into words, because I didn't know the words for it. I just know it just didn't feel right. And then later on, I realized that, that's why. But now that obviously now I've become to hear the voice of God, I know which way to go. I know to distinguish. But yeah, there are people don't always come knowing. People don't always come as a Christian, because I wasn't always a Christian.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And it goes back to what you said earlier, which is to slow down. Do the things you love doing. What did you love doing as a child? And don't even think about money. Don't even think about how am I going to monetize this? Is there a market for it? It's like it's none of that. It's really just slowing down, knowing what feels good in your body, knowing how your
Mhm,
body's supposed to feel, which is what? Getting quiet, praying,
mhm,
meditating, maybe sitting there doing nothing. I mean, literally turn off everything and just sit in silence and feel what your body feels like. Tune into what those aches, the pains, that
mhm.
angst, like what are you really feeling? Have some chai tea. I mean, some Tai Chi. Have some, what is it? Chai tea. I always forget how to say this, but maybe you just love Coke. I love coconut water too, but do something that feels healing to you
Yes.
and then just sit and kind of go through, you know, head to toe
Yeah.
and check in with yourself.
Yeah.
I think that we're too
Exactly.
fast with things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes we try to overcomplicate it, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Because God is not a complicated God. He says, come as you are. When I became a Christian, I didn't know anything about being a Christian. You learn step by step, step by step. And it's the little things, like you said, it's your tea. Simple thing like that, because having tea, it just relaxes you, and just do some fun things. Basically, get out of yourself. Basically, get out of yourself. And if some people like yoga. I have a client that likes yoga. And I remember one time she came to me and she says she likes to do yoga because it centers her. And I can tell when she's off centered. And I said, have you done your yoga? Because, she's not a Christian, but she came to me to want to get advice and everything. And I said, she goes, no, I haven't done it. I said, I can tell. You need to do your yoga because that's what works for you. And then she even asked me, because, well, Carl, but you're a Christian. How are you helping me? I said, I wasn't always a Christian. So you got to do what works for you. We're all different. But you know where your peace is and you know where your balance is. Wherever your balance is, go there.
Ooh, that is a mic drop, gold bar, golden nuggets. I love it, love it. Highlight that, rewind it, watch it again. Absolutely. So much fire, so much wisdom in there. And I love stretching too. I'm a karateka, so I love to stretch. And when you start to do those things, what happens, what I find is then you are just more open. It's like you're tuning that radio Remember that old time, like we didn't have digital. Back in my day, the dinosaur days, you had to tune it in. That's what we're doing is we're tuning it in to get that right radio station. Here's a great comment by Deborah Charles. Great to have you here. We love having new people here. Is Deborah your friend, Coral?
She is now.
There you go. Okay. Well, Deborah, thank you for joining us. I'd love to know how you found this. This is a great comment.
Yes.
When you are stressed, it blocks your brain.
Yes. Absolutely.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Some people talk about it, and I'm going to muck this up. I hope our queen is still here, but some people talk about it as like a gut feeling. It's really not in the gut. Talks about it different. I don't want to mess it all up. Okay, talk to Queen Leslie. She's going to explain it to you. It's a little bit more than that. And like I said, that's why I don't teach that. Okay, that's our queen. We leave it to our queen. Bobby Lee Clark, great to see you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Great to see you. He says, I'm thankful for this awesome community. And I love this comment, Bobby, because this event is intended for you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as your opportunity to network. I want you to share what you're doing in the comments. If you have an ebook, you have an event coming up, you have a workshop, a seminar, you're dropping your book. I want to know what it is. Put in the comments. Get to know the people. If you see someone there, if you don't know Bobby Lee Clark, get to know Bobby Lee Clark and enjoy a no pitch coffee chat, which I love no pitch coffee chats. I've met so many incredible people through no pitch coffee chats. So Bobby Lee, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Glad to see you here. Absolutely. Let's see. And she says, gratitude, another great comment by Deborah. Gratitude holds significant importance. What would you say about this comment here?
Gratitude holds significant importance. It absolutely does. I always speak to my clients about this, but in the morning, because a client came to me and says, Coral, what do you do first thing in the morning when you wake up? And before I was a Christian, I would just jump out of bed and do my thing, and I'm off for the day. But like I said, I've learned to slow down. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, and I've opened my eyes, I'm like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. Because we're not guaranteed to see. We're not guaranteed to open our eyes and be able to see. There's a lot of people who open their eyes, and for whatever reason, they can't see. But just saying thank you for another day, because we're not guaranteed to wake up the next day.
Absolutely.
We're not guaranteed. And I even go a step further. I say thank you for being able to hear, being able to speak, being able to walk. Because there's a time that I couldn't walk. Mm-hmm. So and going, back into my history a little bit, I had surgery a while back ago. And after the surgery, I couldn't walk for a while. And it took me a while. And on that surgery journey, I flatlined. Some people know about some people. I flatlined. But then they had to fight to get me back. And I came back. But then I couldn't walk. And I had to learn how to walk all over again. And that was a journey by itself. And it's about taking babies. That's why for me, when I wake up and I know I can walk, I always remember when I couldn't walk. And it's just the little things like that. And for me, it was a big thing. I wanted to walk. And you have to have the determination in your mind for whatever you want to do. Just say, thank you, God. Thank you. Or if it's the universe, you want to say the universe, you can say the universe, whatever it is, because we're all at different stages in our lives, with our faith and everything. For me, I'm going to say, thank you, God. Thank you that I can see, I can hear. I always think about you, Queen Leah, when when I see you with your grandson and everything. And I'm like, that is a blessing right there, an absolute blessing, because you are mentoring him in the things of life and showing him things. And you're the one who he looks up to. You're the one he looks up to. And there's probably many, and children are so influential. And you may not even know how much you have inspired him over the years. You've been there for him. You show him love in more ways than one that maybe you don't even know. Because children, they need someone who's going to be there for them. Not everybody wants to be there for them. Not everybody wants to even listen to them, because when you see children, like, they kind of get pushed aside. But you're there and he can see it. You spend time with him, and that means more to him than you will ever know. He may not even verbalize in his heart how much it means. But children are the most sweetest, and they're the most honest, and they tell you what's going on. And just you being with him up to this stage and going into his teenagers, that means the world. So you are doing a fantastic job. I'm sorry I'm making you cry, but I just wanted to say, because you speak about him so much, and it's so beautiful and endearing and everything. It's lovely. So you are making an impact in his life. You are, in so many ways, from the time that you've been around him. No one cannot say that you don't love your grandchild. 100% you do. You talk about him all the time. And some people could talk about a grandchild and there be no love, but we can feel the love. You can hear it in your voice. And it's so beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this show's not about me, okay? This is supposed to be about you. But I'll tell you, that means so much to me, because I didn't grow up with grandparents. My grandparents were actually very mean to me on both sides. They used to make fun of me. My grandmother used to say terrible. My grandmother on my mother's side used to say terrible things to me. She would make fun of my name. This was my grandmother. And then I would hear other people talk about their grandparents with such adoration. I thought, wow, why are my grandparents so mean to me? So absolutely, from the day my daughter told that she was pregnant, they were expecting, I was like, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be different. And I've been there. I saw him every single day for 6 months. My daughter was like, okay, Mom, this is a bit much. But like, if she needed to go shopping, she needed time off, she wanted to go, whatever she wanted to do, I didn't care. I'm like, I got you. I'll clean the house. I'll do the laundry. And just to be there with him. I mean, I was there when his belly button fell off. Like, I've been there for every single thing. My son-in-law knows anything's happening, I'm going to be there. And so we can make a difference. But thank you. I received that so much. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay, we got to reset. We got to reset here. Here is a great comment by our one and only Coach Carrie Willis. She says, great point. Your gifts will make room for you. Oh my gosh, I love that. Your gifts will make room for you. If you want to eat, if you want to monetize something, you can't give it away.
No,
you can't give it away. Respond to this comment.
Yeah, the Bible talks about your gift will make room for you, and that's what somebody had brought to me, because I didn't know about that in the Bible. That's why I was giving it away. And so stop giving it away, and because sometimes we don't know, we don't understand until somebody brings something to us to tell us, stop giving it, stop doing it. I'm like, but why? But yes, because even in my church now, people have gifts in my church. And they don't want to monetize it because they want to be, what's the word they call it? I want to be humble. That's what they say. I want to be humble. I said, you could be humble and still charge. You can still be humble and charge. You know what I mean? But so it's just a thing of, mindset. And I always take, them to the word of God and everything, because that's what we stand on and everything, And I have multiple clients that come to me for the very same thing. So it's not, an anomaly. Nothing that like, oh, what does that mean? No. I've been there. I've been there, been there and come out of it. And I'm charging.
Yes. And our queen is here. Queen Leslie, if you would actually put in the comments your teaching about that gut feeling. She's got the beautiful way that she phrases it. I don't want to mess it up. She's got it perfectly down to a T. And while she's typing that in the comments, I'm humbly asking for you to do that, is, when you're talking about the Motivation Monday and stuff, So many people gave me a bad time about doing that. And I'm telling you, I got comments. Why are you doing this? Are you crazy? Why are you getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning? Who do you think you are? Is Eric paying you? Like I had no idea it was so controversial. Because first of all, I didn't think anyone I knew was on LinkedIn. Okay, so that was kind of a shocker. And I thought, wow, why am I doing this? And I've learned so much by doing it. Listen, to get up and be able to give a talk for 5 minutes at 4 a.m. is a challenge. Let me ask you how many of you have done that. But you know what it does? It keeps me humble. It keeps me humble because that requires, first of all, Eric gives us a topic on Sunday night. Just so you know, he doesn't give it to us in advance. He drops it Sunday night. I have to get in bed by 8 o'clock to be up by 2, to be here in my office so I can do my hair and try to look, presentable. And so what are the things that you do, Coral, to keep you centered, to keep you humble?
I love that question because I get clients ask me the same thing too, because we all struggle with that. And it's a thing of, I've been when I can feel like I'm off, because we all feel like we're off somewhere. And what keeps me centered is staying connected with God. If I've got a very busy, packed week with clients and I haven't spent enough time with God, then I can feel me getting off. And I don't like that feeling, because then nothing goes right, because I've got no direction to go in. So I've got to keep my communion with God going. And sometimes I have to come and say, God, you know what? I haven't been here for a while because I'm just so busy. And I'm sorry. And a lot of times if I have a lot of tasks and everything to do, a lot of appointments, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. How do I do that? I just like, I said, sort it out. And I talk to God just like that. But it's just about staying grounded. For me, it's about staying grounded with God. And everybody's got their different way of staying grounded. Some people like to go swimming. I've got a client who loves to go swimming. I've got a client, like I said, who likes to do yoga. It's whatever you need to do, because it's about the people. It's about them, because I know where I am and what I need to do. But it's about, what do you need to stay in balance for yourself? And only you will know that for yourself. Where have you been that you felt peace? Is it walking in the park where there's lots of leaves? Is it on the beach when the waves are flowing? I love the beach. Is it flying in a plane? Everybody's got something different. Is it going on a mini retreat? Where do you want to go? Where do you go that you find peace and balance? Go there and keep grounded. Don't care what anybody says. Because I know when you're sitting like, being on LinkedIn and, people were giving you the hate, the hate language. People will always do that. Because even me, that was one of my biggest fears too, is being visible on any platform, whether LinkedIn or any platform. What are people going to say? And it was always that. And I was hoping nobody would show up, because no one knew me, but then people started showing up. And I'm like, why are you here? And it was so funny. And I was like, why are they here? Well, you are going live, Coral. People are going to see what you're going to say. I'm like, oh, so now I got to talk and everything, But yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And thank you, Coach Carrie. I love that. We can absolutely break our cycles. I totally believe that. And yes, if you are new here, this show is about entrepreneurs, business owners. So you feel free to share what you have upcoming. If you've got an event, you've got a live, you've got a free ebook. Listen, these people that are here are all entrepreneurs, are all growth-minded people. Connect with them. Enjoy a coffee chat. If you don't know Coach Willis, Coach Carrie, get in touch with her. Enjoy her no pitch coffee chat, because her and I are like the queens of no pitch coffee chats. I love this comment by Miss Nick. She says, I charge for my services and pay my time. Listen, I'm happy with that balance. Absolutely. There's something that you can do. Like, it doesn't mean you have to charge for everything. Maybe you have some free ebooks. You've got some free tools. You can do some free webinars, but don't be afraid to charge for your service.
Yes. And I love what she said here. And she donates, and I am happy with my balance. That's the key thing. I am happy. If you are not happy, then you need to change something. It's a thing. Be happy with you, with what you're doing. And not everybody is on the same journey. So you may have a best friend who's doing something totally different. And sometimes they try to persuade you to do something different because they're doing it. You don't have to do that. If that doesn't resonate with you, do what resonates with you. It's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay. Embrace being different. Be you.
Woo! That's right. Like Dr. Seuss says, be you, because nobody else is more youer than you. Here is our queen. Thank you so much, our queen. She typed it. Thank you so much. She said, intuition is a whisper of the universe. The universe is part of our conscious mind. It's how we co-create the voice of our higher side. Wow. See, I don't want to muck that up. Okay. Only our queen can drop these golds in the comments. I love it, love it, love it. Again, I'm going to just highlight her because I have so much respect for her, because I've watched her all through all kinds of different things that have happened here on social media. And she is the same in every situation, on stage, off stage, backstage, front stage, under the stage. She is the same and brings great wisdom and elegance in every single conversation. And she truly is my mentor. I call her and ask her for guidance. I'm like, okay, queen, listen, you got to tell me if I'm off here. Okay, I want the real deal. So please connect with our queen, and also check out her shows every Monday and Friday. Oh my goodness.
I want to say, I love, Leslie, I love your profile picture. It just beams brightness. I love that. I love her smile.
Absolutely. She is our queen for sure. This has been, wow. I knew this was going to be good. My glasses are foggy. Listen, this was even better than I ever imagined, Coral. You're doing so many incredible things. I love your evolution. So what can we expect to see from you in 2026? Here we are just finishing up Q1. What do you have on the horizon? What do you have coming up?
Well, I've got a lot of things coming up, lots of traveling going on because my coaching is taking me over. That's the fear criticism. What will people say? Yes, very true. And I had that fear criticism. But yes, it was like to say yes. I love that comment. But yes, coaching program is still going on, and because I'm over in the USA a lot and everything, I've got clients over there. Hence why I needed to have a travel business. And that's another thing. I did not know how I was going to do it. When I went to America the very first time, that was to see Mr. Eric F. King, because he had an event over there. And then I came back and I said, okay, God, I've got clients over there. So how am I going to do this? And I had to be open. And I'm thinking, well, this is going to cost a fortune to go over there. But then it's like, the more I prayed about it, then God brought it to me through somebody else, because I'm in also Eric F. King's Promote Your Business meetup. And there was a lady that came there and she talked about having a travel business. And I was busy writing down, doing my own thing. And when she said that, I'm like, oh, the travel business. So it's about being open. And that's why I partnered with her and her company. So now that's helped me to go to America more often. So now I'm promoting. It's expanding. So we need travel agents, so we need travel agents to help out and everything. But it's super brilliant. So coming up, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things. Me traveling to America back and forth, seeing all my clients and having more clients here. And I have lots of clients, obviously, in my church community also at the same time too. So, and I'm just open to wherever God wants things to happen. What happened? I'm not going to wait for the helicopter to come and there's, and I miss it, or the boat to come and I miss it. I'm not doing that. I'm like, whatever you want to do, God, I'm there. So I'm open.
That's incredible. And please share your travel business in the comments, because I know there are a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, business owners, and they would love to know more about that. So Ms. Coral, put it in the comments. I know you're going to share it afterwards. This has just been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everything you do. I'm excited for your 2026 and just having you as part of my circle, right? You definitely are part of my circle. You're so near and dear to my heart. I appreciate you so much. So we're going to put you backstage. Thank you, Coral, as we send her off. Oh, wait. Before we do that, how do people reach you? How do they find you? Where do they get you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. If you don't know how to reach me, you can always connect with Leah. Queen Leah. She knows how to reach me because she's the queen. Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. Or if you know Zion and Migaru, connect with him. It's all part of Monday morning motivational podcast. Connect with him and he can reach me. But I'm on LinkedIn. You'll see my videos, my posts at any time. And if you're interested in knowing more about this travel business that I'm in and want to be a travel agent, or you know somebody in your network, just message me, simple message. But I'll put a message in the comments too. Queen Leah, it's been absolutely fantastic being with you. I love you to bits, and you are the queen. I'll always call you the queen, and you're doing a fantastic job. And to all the viewers, thank you all for being here. It's been lovely to meet. I'm gonna be connecting with quite a few of you here and everything. So,
Please
back
do.
over to you, Queen Leah.
Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Connection, collaboration are the new currency. It is no longer who you know, it's who knows you. Who do you know that you can connect somebody to? Who do you know that you'd like to be connected to? Here's my question for you. Who would you need to connect with that if you met that person would totally change your life? Listen, they used to say it was 60 degrees of separation. I'm going to say now with social media, with the internet, it's probably 2 or 3 degrees of separation. Who's that person that if you met them, it would totally transform your life, transform your business, and make that your intention? Write it down, write a story about it, make a video about it, do an audio and listen to it every single day. These are what the lessons that I've learned from our queen, right? So you can actually attract what you want. And if you're here, it's because you are a champion. It's because you are the one that's supposed to change your family's last name forever. Listen, we all go along status quo until the one shows up, the one that has the courage, the one that's willing to break those family curses and create generational prosperity and pour abundance into our family's life for generations. That's who you are. If I know you, I know that about you. And if I don't know that, if I don't know you and you're here, I know that about you, because that's what I attract. That's what I intend to attract. I'm a dynasty builder. I'm looking for people who want to build a dynasty. Listen, we've already had that generational poverty, right? We can flip that script into generational prosperity. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Write down your golden nuggets. Put the thing that you learned from our queen, Miss Coral, from across the pond. I know you got some value from this. And by the way, share this with somebody who you believe would enjoy this. Remember, you can join me on my YouTube channel, The Dynasty Builder 93940. And if you're looking to be a guest speaker, I'm always looking for guest speakers. Miriam, I see you. I'd love to chat with you. Let's enjoy a coffee chat and let's talk about it, right? What is that dynasty? And like I said, I'm always looking for guest speakers. If you are someone you know would like to be a guest speaker, I would love to talk to you. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Wealthy Wednesday. I love you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Whether you're Team Live or Team Replay, much gratitude. Thank you, everybody.
Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Introducing Leah Garcia's Wall of Wealth, the ultimate one-page financial plan to protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth with confidence. Whether you're a business owner or just starting your financial journey, this step-by-step guide gives you the tools to create a solid foundation for long-term success. Don't wait to transform your money mind shift. Download your free copy today at leahgarcia.io and start building your wall of wealth now.